Hello, you lovely people. Today I'm going to be showing you around my game room slash creative space, such as it is in 2022. I've made a few changes and tweaks here and there, so I hope you enjoy this short tour around my creative space. So we start off with this 100 games bucket list poster that I got for Christmas. I'm hoping to go through a lot more of these. I think I've only scratched off 2 so far, so lots of great classic games to work my way through. And we move across to my shared bookcase with my darling wife, Lucy, who you can see on the top there. And these are mostly her books. I got rid of most of mine because I have a Kindle now. I know that's sacrilege to say, but just kept the ones that I have sentimental value to me. Nostalgic books there, Agatha Christie, those choose your own adventure books. Crocheting books. My wife is a very talented crafter. Some shared books here, my Paul Simon lyrics book, some local history books, some more shared books here, including some more Paul Simon, my one and only proper book that I've written, Doctor Who: A Companion, disability reader that I studied at university, pick up and play guitar chords, Dance of a Thousand Losers by a very talented friend of mine, Genevieve L. Walsh, definitely check her stuff out. The Atari ST Explored. This bit here, whoops, is a Great British Music map. I'm hoping to hopefully put that up in the studio at some point. And we have a couple of childhood favourites: The Great Smile Robbery by Roger McGough, Butter Snakes and Gumballs. George Orwell's 1984, possibly my favourite book ever so far anyway. Copy of the Bible, the Q book of Punk Legends, very well thumbed book this. I was obsessed with classic punk as a teenager, and it's got all my notes and things inside. Let's see if I can open one. So I had to keep that one. Some little amiibos from Animal Crossing. And down to my wife's work folders, because she actually shares the space with me, or rather I share it with her. She works from home in this office, so she obviously needs a lot more space than me. Greek and Norse legends, and some more of my wife's cookery books at the bottom. And one of my favourite game-related books. This is amazing. The Legend of Zelda Encyclopedia. I'm obsessed with Zelda and look through that reference book quite a lot. Then we have some of my favourite Brian Froud and Jim Henson books. Star Wars and The Complete Far Side, as well as another punk book and some memory books that I've made over the years of me and my wife. Then moving up to the main gaming area itself slash creative area, we have my trusty Fender Champ, I think it is. It's a practice amp, but it does a really good job at recording from home. Really nice tones on this as well. Just show you quickly some of the settings. So we've got different amp models there and different effects as well. Definitely does the job. I don't think you really need like a huge amp for recording from home, because you can get some really good tones from small amps like this. Then moving up, we have my new acquisition. I went and got this from B&M yesterday, in fact. A nice shelf to put all my handhelds on. And we have The Legend of Zelda, 30th edition. My original Nintendo Game Boy. My most recent handheld acquisition, the Bandai WonderSwan. Game Boy Advance SP. Nintendo DS, which I've just finished playing Minish Cap on, Zelda Minish Cap, absolutely love that game. And possibly the one I'm going to try next, the Spirit Tracks on the 3DS XL that my stepdaughter very kindly gifted me when she finished with it, when she got her new Switch. So yeah, that's looking a lot better now. These were all in drawers, so it's nice to have them all out and ready to go at any time. Obviously, I don't have all these switched on all the time. This is purely for your benefit, dear viewer. Then moving down, I have my Sony Bravia TV, which I got from Facebook Marketplace for, it was under 50 quid I think, but it does a really good job, really nice telly. Keyboard and mouse for when I'm doing home production. My Switch Lite, which is totally out of charge at the moment. My Korg mini keys, fantastic little keyboard this. Doesn't have the bells and whistles, but doesn't need it. I do most of my plug-in stuff through here, and we have the pitch and mod wheels there, as well as up and down scale. Moving down to my M Audio M-Track 2x2N, which is my audio interface. This is what I use to do all my home recording on. Great little microphone for a range of things really, podcasting, recording vocals, you name it. This is the Blue Yeti, if I can get it to, there we go. And then moving down to the games consoles, we have my M Audio speakers, home speakers. Again, not very expensive, off Facebook Marketplace, and sound amazing. Then these aren't in chronological order as I would sometimes like them to be, but I thought it's just a case of where they are best spaced. So these two consoles go well together because you can put them horizontally like this, or is it vertically? I always get them confused. So we have the Xbox 360 S, we have the Sony PlayStation 2, which is what's running at the moment. I think I've got Splashdown, yeah, Splashdown on, great game. We have the SNES, the Super Nintendo PAL version, and in that I have the Super Game Boy running Metroid 2. What I love about these kind of converters is that obviously I'm very pushed for space, so if I can find a way to get another console in there for half the space, then I'm laughing. So I do have the Super Game Boy in there for putting Game Boys into my Super Nintendo and playing it on the telly. But I'd really like to get the power base as well for the Mega Drive so that I could play Master System games. So that's one of my items that I really want to get in the near future, hopefully. Then we have the NES, not switched on at the moment because it's having some issues, unfortunately, but I do love my little NES. Really like to get a top loader at some point. Then moving across to one of my all-time favourite consoles, the Sega Mega Drive. And I've just recently been playing Lotus Turbo Challenge 2. Great little racer. This is where all the composites go into. Makes it so much easier to have this little splitter. And as you can see, I got to use one of my favourite pieces of equipment. Just get that to focus in. One of my favourite pieces of equipment, which is the label maker, to get it all on there. So we've got the Atari 2600, NES, Mega Drive, SNES, Xbox OG, PS2, PSP, and tape, which I'll show you in a bit. Then over here I have the Atari Power Pack. Wasn't sure where to put this. I'm hoping to get some sort of a box frame to put it in at some point. Then down to the bottom here we have my Atari 2600. Doesn't really fit very well because it's a funny shape. It's quite long, so that is going sideways at the moment. Not very accessible. I need to find a better way of displaying that. Atari STE that I have down here, where it all began for me. One of my favourite home computers. But yeah, not very accessible at the moment. And talking of not very accessible, we have my tape player. Here it is, Yamaha tape player. Absolutely love this. And it's playing one of my friend's tapes, Easter Live. Definitely check them out if you get a chance. Great grungy band. And at the back here I have my mini disc player, Sony one. Scratched up as anything, but still does the job. Oh, I forgot to show you before as well, the Xbox OG there. And then moving into the games. To make space, I did another absolute sacrilege thing. Got rid of all my cases for CD-based games and put them into here to make space. So I have my PS1 games, Micro Machines, AIDS Odyssey, Speedball 21000, Doom, Rage Racer, 007 Racing, and then moving into the PS2 games in no particular order, we have Grand Theft Auto Vice City, Grand Theft Auto 3, The Television Lives, another console I'd really like to get in the future, but for now I am more than happy with the collection that's on here. Tekken 5 and XG3. Then we have some PS3 games. I don't actually own a PS3 yet, but a good friend of mine was getting rid of his, so I was more than happy to take him off his hands, and hopefully in the future I will have a PS3 to play him on. We have Assassin's Creed, Dragon Age Origins, heard really good things about all of these games, Dragon Age 2, Skyrim, and then a game for another console I don't have, the Wii. This is The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, which I've heard so many good things about, still yet to play. But I found it at a charity shop for about £2, so I couldn't turn that down. Then the Xbox original, GoldenEye Rogue Agent. Xbox 360 Fable 2. Bioshock, Test Drive, and Alan Wake, all fantastic games. And a little Skyrim map at the back there too, which is another thing I might put in the future. Then onto the boxed Mega Drive games. Lotus Turbo Challenge, Strider, Sonic, Kid Chameleon, Streets of Rage, James Pond 2, love that game, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Shakan, Chuck Rock and Mortal Kombat. And then the only PS2 game I still have the box for, Lara Croft Tomb Raider Anniversary. Then moving across to some games for the MPU 2000, which I haven't got on display, it's in the garage at the moment. Got Tank Plane Battle, Invaders, and Olympics. Acetronic, there you are, Acetronic. And then finally for this section we have all the loose games. But before that, some great stands that I need to put up for the consoles that for the handheld consoles that my friend Mike made me. 3D printed Game Boy Advance one there. There's a PSP here. I do have a PSP. It is in another room at the moment because I've been... Oh, it's here, in fact. My PSP, that needs to go up on the shelf, doesn't it? Absolutely love this console, but I have been playing a lot recently. That's why it's not on display. Some remote controls for the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 2. And then all my loose games. We've got the NES ones there. Loose Atari ST ones. Don't know if you can see down there, we've got the SNES games. these across. I really do need to tidy these up. Mega Drive games there at the bottom. And then we have the Atari 2600 games there. And then moving our way across is where the next area of the room that really needs looking at. This is going to be my wife's office. We've got a new desk coming, hopefully. This one is terrible. I did some of my work during lockdown 3 on here and it's super wobbly, not great. And as you can see, we've got a makeshift blind, so that's going to be changed to a proper blind as well. And we're hoping to have some of the crochet storage on the wall here as well. Then moving across to some of my guitars I'm playing at the moment. The other ones are in the garage, but this is my first ever guitar I got when I was about 13 years old, the Tanglewood Strat copy. There are no scars, no disfigurement, everything is perfect. And a Rob Zombie sticker there as well, so you can tell I was a teenager when I first played this, and yes, I am left-handed. We have my Takamine G Series acoustic that has been everywhere with me. Played so many gigs with this guitar. They all have names as well, by the way. This is Lara and this is Kachansky, in case you were wondering. Then we have Gretchen, my Gretsch. Most recent guitar, I got this for my 40th birthday a couple of years ago. Gorgeous and very versatile semi-acoustic guitar. And then we have one by a company called Royal that I've not really heard of before, but nice, really nice acoustic sound. This was a bit of a classical guitar that I put some steel strings on, play upside down, and it sounds gorgeous for recording acoustic things on. So there we have it, a whistle-stop tour of my creative space / retro gaming room. I hope you enjoyed a quick look around there. Any suggestions for games consoles, storage solutions, or anything you can think of, then please do comment below. And as ever, thanks so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, or maybe even share this video with a friend, and I'll see you soon. Take care.